Actually, people care more about whether they'll be next, not the 3 victims. It's all thanks to Noretta's report. The precinct's phone was flooded by female callers. The chief found the editor announcing they were moving towards a miracle investigation. More importantly, they found no connection between the 3 victims. Noretta's evidence felt like a magic trick. The bows. Pure coincidence. The chief warned, more serial case reports, his own downfall. But what's the real truth? Is the chief hiding something, or is Noretta's investigation just a bust? But big questions aren't important now. The boss told Noretta, "We've decided to stop tracking," though she was unhappy. To an elderly man at home preparing for a bath, suddenly hearing a knock surprise. His lullaby. He cautiously opened the door only to be greeted by a mysterious guest who came in swinging. With another strangulation, the dismissed chief decided to reconsider and continue covering the serial strangler saga. This time, the chief handed Noretta a new mission. Noretta was about to have a grand party in the Sea of Sand. And what a party it was! Within minutes, she received calls from thousands of cell phones, making it effortless to find each other. What a delightful party full of shared love. But fate smiled on Noretta. Jenny quickly contacted a witness, confirming another victim had a Bowtie. Once the report was released, the precinct's entrance was swarming with media the very next day, creating a circus-like atmosphere. Everyone wanted to know if Noretta's claims about the cases were on the money. But when the media started asking, the chief just gave a spooky promise and reminded everyone to stay safe. Ironically, right after that, another murder happened. I guess fate loves a good joke. The victim was another lonely elderly woman, just like the previous ones, tenderly strangled. And the murderer was like a ghost, floating around and leaving no trace. In just 3 months, there were already 5 victims. Talk about a train wreck of a time. The investigation suggested the killer targeted lonely elderly ladies, but soon enough, that theory got slapped. On Christmas Day, they uncovered a new victim. Surprise. It's a young lady this time. Jenny learned from the victim's neighbor that at 3 p.m, a man knocked claiming to be there to paint the apartment. The neighbor thought nothing of it until this artist suddenly asked her if she wanted to model. Realizing something was off, the neighbor quickly lied, saying she was going to get her husband. When she came back, the man had vanished. The neighbor described him as just an average white dude. Could he be the killer from Lace's case? With the killer's target shifting mysteriously, Noretta grew more puzzled and quickly asked her friend, "If that's the case, then it means this city isn't just home to one killer. But why do their methods seem so alarmingly similar?" The scene shifts to her husband, who looked shocked reading the newspaper. He spotted Noretta's picture and reminded his wife, "This is dangerous. The killer is still out there." Noretta wanted to explain, but just then the phone rang, and even stranger, it was silence on the line. Noretta thought it was a wrong number, but she clearly heard heavy breathing on the line. Her husband, completely clueless, asked her what was happening, but Noretta didn't want to worry him, so she downplayed it. Then the phone rang again. Her husband noticed her panic and answered, yet still no one spoke. What in the world is going on? Could it be the killer saw Noretta's report and wants revenge? After becoming fully aware of the severity of the situation, her husband began to express dissatisfaction regarding Noretta's job. After all, who would welcome being targeted by a psychological deviant? Next, lonely women started getting strangled frequently, like a death party, chillingly, with 10 dead so far. And everyone was at their wits' end with the case, since the killer was just too clever, disappearing without a trace after every crime. Just when Noretta was about to give up on the truth, something surprising happened. She received a call from the New York precinct, and after hearing the detective's story, her gut told her something was fishy. Noretta asked, puzzled, "Why didn't you contact Boston's cops right away?" The detective responded helplessly, "I already did." But Boston's department didn't respond, driving her crazy. Weeks later, the detective went personally, but no one would pay her any mind. They even asked what she was doing. It made her wonder if this was all a farce. This wiped the smile off her face for good. The detective laments, "I'm just doing my job." In the end, the prosecutor had to publicly announce he would personally handle the case. What a drag. Next, Loretta met with the detective from New York, who told her about recent reports of a man frequently harassing women. But when the detective tried to connect with Boston's department, they refused to share any info. Although the detective found out through other channels that this guy was a prime suspect, she still had no choice but to let him go. The man, named DeSalle, was notorious at the Cambridge precinct, prompting Loretta to rush there for information. From the officers, she learned that DeSalle was an infamous creep, recently locked up for rape charge in a mental facility.